Morning, everybody. I'm at, I don't know what this place is called. Commons Shopping Center, I think. I'm on a mission for stamps today. You wonder why I wear a hat all the time? Because my hair always gets messed up from wearing a helmet all the time. I gotta send out some bills and probably some Christmas cards. So I'm on a mission to get post stamps. I went to the place I normally go to, but they only accept cash or checks. What kind of place is that? So I gotta actually go to the post office. Wow, that guy's driving really fast for a parking lot, isn't he? What's the speed limit for a parking lot? Like 5 miles an hour? And that guy's doing like 15 or 20. I usually avoid the post office like a plague because, especially this time of year, December, it's like craziness. And I think I only go to the post office maybe twice a year. But to get stamps, you can actually buy a book of stamps from the post, from your mail delivery person, which I've done before, but there's never a mail delivery person around when you need it. So I have to go into the post office to go buy some stamps. Believe it or not, this post office is not very busy yet. Have you ever been to the post office and there's like 400 people in line and then you have to wait forever and ever for people to, and people are all grouchy and the post office people are grouchy, and that's happened to me before. So have you guys ever used the self-service machine? Ship packages, mail letters, upgrade services, renew your P.O. box, buy pre-printed forever postage. 20 stamps. Oh, I guess that wasn't all of them. Well, the old ones used to be just like black and white, but these are actually color. Pretty cool. So that was pretty painless. Got my pre-printed stamps. I think the old ones used to be all printed. These looks like part of them were printed, like pre-printed, and then the little squiggly thing is printed on there, I guess, for the forever thing. They have like that picture of the flag. Pretty interesting. I can usually buy a book of stamps that usually lasts me about a year and a half, I think. Yeah, I dread going to the post office for some reason. There's a few places I don't like going, like the dentist. I don't like going to the dentist. Why is the sun so harsh today? Ugh. And I don't like going to the post office. I've had experiences where post office people were really mean to me for whatever reason. They have a hard job, I guess. I don't know what it's like to be a postman, but anyway, the next stop is I have to go actually drop off some film. Does anybody remember what film is? I decided to bring my film camera, which I still have a couple rolls of film that my sister gave me, and shoot the baseball game, because I actually have better lenses. I have an old Canon camera. At least talking loud over there. And I shot my grandson's baseball game. He was like probably 7, I think. Anyway, I shot this whole roll of film and I haven't developed it yet, so I'm headed to Walgreens to get it developed. It's one of the few places that actually develops film anymore, because you can't go to, I don't think Target does it anymore. I don't think Target does it anymore. I don't know about Walmart. I'm going to Photo Plus Tech to get my film developed. And I think I'm going to get a set of prints. When's the last time you got like film prints? Like, no matter where I go, that lady's following me around talking on her phone. Waiting for the photo people. You have to select what color prints you need. I think I need 4-inch prints. I thought they used to do 5x7. No? Confusing. I haven't done this in so long. I don't know what to order. That lady that was talking on her phone, she was the photo lady. So just a lesson: be careful who you're talking to, because it may be somebody that you have to deal with. But she was very nice, and she was like telling me all about the services. I was looking at the things that they have in there, and they have like photo cards you can get, calendars, and something that's pretty new to me is the canvas prints. they take a piece of canvas, they print it on the piece of canvas, and it looks like a piece of art that you put on the wall. So I'm thinking about doing that for a Christmas gift. So what you're looking at is my grandfather's house that he lived in from somewhere in the mid 50s, maybe the 40s. I'm trying to remember. This is confusing now. I just thought it was the 50s, but maybe it could be the 40s. He moved from Pennsylvania, moved to this street on Prospect Street, moved in, and at some point moved into this house. It didn't look like this. So there's hedges out here now, and there's a lot more trees. I don't remember this tree being here, and a couple of the other ones. There was some shrubs, but if I showed you a picture, I actually have a picture of Grandma and Grandpa right in front of this door with, you can see that little support decorative thing, and there's a black and white photo of them standing there. And Grandma and Grandpa have already passed, but I think the windows are the same. So for the first time I got the courage to knock on the door because the car was home, and the lady answered, and it turns out to be the lady who bought it from my grandfather. And I got really emotional talking to her, because she was talking to me about my grandfather when they bought the house in 1987, and that it's something that she saw, that she knew that was the house for them. And I got to tour her whole house and look at where my grandpa's studio was and look out back, and all these memories flooded back. And so we exchanged phone numbers, and at some point I'm going to actually go in. And so yeah, it was she actually has a photo. I'm going to put a photo in here. My grandfather, for some reason, was a painter, and he painted a picture of the front door area of the house. And you can see, I remember distinctly, like they had like a teal front door and stuff, and it's really funny because you can see the cabinet that was in my grandfather's house. And right now my mind is actually completely blown, because had it been somebody else that lived here that didn't know anything about my grandfather living here, I'm sure they wouldn't have let me look around the house and see how new. And she's really done great things to the house, and the backyard looks really great, and she's, you know, a lot of trees growing, and so it gives me a really good feeling to stop by. And I'm just like so blown away that it's in good shape, and that she, you know, cared for the house. And I guess at some point they talked about tearing it down before they bought it, and so to be continued. Another video to be continued at a different time, and I'll get a full tour and I can talk a little bit about the history. In the meantime, I'll look up some pictures of Grandpa's house, and I'll get some of the dates about when he moved here and stuff. And so I went by my grandfather's house, which is about 2.5 miles away from my house, probably about 100 times over the years. He sold it in '87. And I go by there to see what's different about it. It was really plain when he lived there. There was no hedges in the front. Now there's hedges and there's trees, and it's changed. Of course, they painted it and all that stuff. Excuse me. And so I would stop by there once in a while, and I would think, maybe I should stop by and knock on the door and just ask him if I could take pictures, because it's sort of hard with the hedges in the front. You have to actually stand in the front yard and take a good picture. And I always try to respect people's privacy and all that stuff. So today, for some reason, I had the chutzpah, whatever that's called, chutzpah, to go knock on the lady's door. Lo and behold, it blew me away. It was the lady who bought the house originally in 1987 from my grandfather before he moved to Lakeland, and then subsequently, you know, died in Lakeland in '91. My grandfather was very old. My grandfather was born in 1891, if you can believe that. Most people's great-grandparents weren't even born in 1891, so it's a weird thing I'll have to explain at some point. Check this out. It wasn't, when I was in the city, I didn't notice how foggy it was, but when I get out on the Sarasota Bay out here, look how weird this is. It's 11 o'clock in the afternoon. This way you can see some of the island right here, the trees and stuff, but normally you'd be looking across Sarasota Bay, and you'd be able to see the I don't know what you call the shore across from where I am. You can see a little bit there, that dark spot, but out here there's so many low-lying clouds you can't see, but you can see these buildings. It's just like, It's a really odd phenomenon. Like normally we'd have fog in the mornings and then it would burn off by this time. But look at the sky, it's just completely white. I don't know if this just like came over just now, but it's the opposite. There's some birds fighting out there. It's like we're in New England or something, where they always have fog. It's the opposite of that's a pretty picture there. There's a postcard shot for you. It almost looks like it should be about 7 o'clock at night, but here's 11 in the afternoon. Very eerie. Look at how bizarre this is. The fog seems to be rolling this way, and there's a little tiny sailboat out there, that white thing. The fog is just like completely engulfing that sailboat here in the bay. And if you look that way, you can sort of see the fog. It's all foggy over here too. It's really strange. Makes me wonder what's causing all this fog. And some of the fog is actually really dark too. This part here is like a dark cloud. And yeah, that sailboat out there, you can't even hardly see it anymore. It's really odd. Just rolling right toward me. Yeah, I've had many times people tell me my kickstand's down. Like if I'm at a stoplight like this, I put my kickstand down so I don't have to hold the bike up with my feet. And people will look at, like this car over here will look at me and say, oh, by the way, your kickstand's down. But how do they think that I don't know that my kickstand's down? I don't know. It's always a head scratcher. How do they think I rode here with my kickstand down? I don't know. You bikers know what I'm talking about, but how would I be able to ride all the way to the stoplight with the kickstand sticking straight down and then not, I really don't know.